No information is truly private, and especially in public. So today we have a challenge. And hopefully in this video you guys can see how public everything kind of really is, even with very, very little information. And this isn't some video to fearmonger or to make you feel unsafe in public, but more so just be more aware of certain things that are possible. So this is our challenge. The brief says, I took the photo below while riding a train in the UK. I always prefer quiet areas where no one can sit behind me because in a public space, no information is truly private. So my task is to uncover what the person in front of her was reading, identify the train model, and identify her seat number. Timer starts now. Alright, so immediately what we can see here is that it's obviously a reflection in the window. So we're going to start with trying to figure out what book she's reading on her Kindle here. And in order to do that, since it is a reflection in the window, this will be a flipped view of it. So this will be where we can actually read what the words are. So this might take a while to figure out our best case scenario here, because what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to find some of the words in this and then keyword search books on Google until we can find something that matches. So the best way to do this is to Control L and look at the levels here. And I think if we mess like this and then turn this one down, we can get a better visual on the letters and the words in this book. This will not be easy and this might take me a while, so please bear with me. So right immediately I can see that this right here looks like she has the, so I'm just gonna write like keywords I see that I can confirm over here just so I can figure it out at the end. Anything else readable here? Gloves. This right here says gloves. Days and scene. I don't know what that word in between it is. Is that EY? No, it's probably seen better days. Okay. This right here says whistle, S-O-U. Whistle, it's either probably whistle sound or whistle sounded. I guess like the whistle sounded or like the whistle sound. One of those two. William's cousin, I guess. This right here says probably William's cousin. C-O-U-S, yeah, William's cousin probably. And is William's cousin's name Jones or John? Right here, I can't tell if that's J-O-M-E-S, or James maybe, James. So William's, I can't confirm that though. James, it looks like James. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use Google Book, Advanced Book Search, and I'm just gonna do William's cousin first to see if there anything is here that's just William's cousin. No, this is gonna be too many. There's like 100 pages here, okay. What if I don't use a book search? I just do William's cousin, seen better days, and quotations here to help find it. Book. This is just a synopsis, so that doesn't work. William's cousin Henry, not Henry. No, okay. Whistle sounded. What? Man from north. The whistle sounded and the train jerked from out. That's not the same words after whistle sound there. Let's check the William's cousin though. William's cousin and the alderman of Bursley. No, I don't think that's right either. Let's go back to the drawing board. That was not giving us any clues or any. If we can get like one full sentence. Is it long? You know what this actually could be? This is probably L-E right here. You can see the L and then maybe like the E right there. And then this looks like a T right here and then E-R-S. So it's probably like she has the letters from William's cousin James. And then I'll put this into the advanced book search. That looks pretty good. Let's make sure that 3 words after James ends in C-U-L-E. We can see here that this book of The Fair Botanists, she has the letters from William's cousin James. And if we click into and find this, and she was on chapter 2, so not quite pulling a LeBron James there. We hopefully can see another confirmation here that there's the gloves word that we find and have seen better days and whistle sounds. Okay, so it was sounds, not whistle sound or whistle sounded. All right, so we've confirmed the book. All right, so task 1 is done. Next task is to identify the train model. Okay, so she said that she was riding a train in the UK, which is a pretty big hint, I think. I don't know like the inside of trains like the back of my hand, so I think the most logical thing here to do is just to search UK train interior and go to images and see if we can find like a red seated with a red sticker on the back of a, like this, but that isn't it because it has the red thing on top, so it's not that. This one is probably it. Route of the Flying Scotsman. Okay. This one looks pretty good. Like we can see right here on the left, it has this red sticker on the back and it looks like the same, like, yeah, this is it. Okay, so what train was this? LNER Azuma train. Excuse my pronunciation. Just to confirm, here's another shot of the interior. This is a slightly separate design on the back of this one, but you can see it shares like the same QR code type design that looks like it's on the back. So this may be just a more updated photo, but everything is the exact same. So this should be the train that she was on. So that is identifying the train model. So task B is finished, and the last task we have is to identify her seat number. And you know what's more satisfying than finding the exact seat number? Landing in a new country and already being connected to internet. This video is sponsored by Sally, and one of the worst things about traveling is once you land in a new country, like let's say Guatemala, the first thing you want to do is just get internet. Let's say you're in Kenya, right? You land in Kenya, check your phone, no service. That's why eSIMs come in clutch, specifically Sally. And Sally has, that's a great guess, and Sally has multiple plans in over 150 countries at some of the best rates online. I don't know if you guys remember this, but last year I spent every single month in a new country, and the first thing I did before I ever left to go to a new country was install an eSIM so I would have data as soon as I landed. You save time without having to go through the hassle of like getting a physical SIM card when you get to the airport, and no more wandering around the airport or like a local cafe trying to get Wi-Fi as soon as you get to a new country because you're already connected and you're roaming freely. It doesn't matter if I was in Botswana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Thailand. I was able to get the eSIM from Sally on arrival. You guys can go to sally.com/rainbolt, choose a 1 GB Sally data plan, and enter coupon code RAINBOLT to get it for free. To download Sally, that's sally.com/rainbolt, and enter code RAINBOLT to get your 1 gig of Sally now. This actually might not be that easy. I have to think on this for a second, actually. Well, she's on the window looking to the right, so I'm overthinking something here. Okay, so she did say, I always prefer quiet areas where no one can sit behind me. So I think that's a hint towards her seat number, because I don't think it would be possible to get the exact seat without further context, because there's nothing other visually here that wouldn't be the same from cart to cart, if that makes sense. So to get the exact seat number, it might be very difficult, but with her context on this brief, where she says, I always prefer quiet areas where no one can sit behind me. All right, so it should be our azimuth, yep. And we have the seat map here too. And this train line does have a quieter coach option. Our 9-coach azimuth train have a quieter coach situated in coach H. Where's coach H at? Coach H. And she said that no one was sitting behind her. She's either in this row right here or this row right here. And since the window was to her right, she was sitting in coach H in seat 6. A quick observation here though too is that if we flip the photo upside down and look in the reflection here, we see that this is the front of a man's face. You can see how like his glass is facing the camera, and this is the front of the seat. And we also have one seat behind him and then another seat behind him. They're all facing the camera woman here. So that means that this guy, we would probably see a seat right here if he wasn't sitting across from a table. So that probably means that it's 1, 2, 3 face, and then right here is a table facing him. And if we look on the Coach H chart, this also lines up with Coach H seat 6. This is where the man was sitting in 21 in Coach H. The table here that isn't visible, and the seat 20 here that you also couldn't see because of the gap right there in the reflection. Further confirming that she was sitting in seat 6 in Coach H. Time. That was fun. This one was labeled on the easier side on her website for this challenge. And this isn't supposed to be a video where it's like, wow, Rainbolt, what a great set of skills you have. This is a video where it's like, wow, Rainbolt, that was actually very easy. It's not like that knowing what the book the person in front of you is reading is like harmful at all, but it's more so just to like showcase that yes, when you're in public, there really is no expectation of privacy, and you should be more careful, whether it's typing out passwords, right? Whatever it may be, reading a book, it doesn't matter. It's just like, you never really know, because on the internet, it's not that difficult to find what, from a blurry image, to find what book she was reading and what train line she was on. Granted, I wouldn't have gotten her seat number without further context, but you get the picture. I think these are fun, more so as just like a challenge. It's like a puzzle, you know, you have to solve. And I think in the same breath, it's also kind of a public service announcement. So I think it's fun. If you guys want me to do any more of these, she has like 20 others on her website here. So I'm up for the challenge as always, but if you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, or don't. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.